in the city of Kyoto. A town steeped in the 400-year history of the tea ceremony, Chanoyu comes to life. Nestled in the embrace of the eastern mountains of Kyoto, you'll find Urasenke Tea Room, renowned for its sacred presence in the world of Chanoyu. It is said that having the opportunity to perform the kama just once in a lifetime in this tea room is the pinnacle of a tea practitioner's journey. The tea garden is considered a sacred space in the world of Chanoyu. Here, guests wait in contemplation while the host prepares to welcome them. The scenery that unfolds before their eyes is that of a rustic, unadorned mountainside, devoid of brightly colored flowers. To reach the tea room, guests step across stepping stones, traversing a path referred to as the outdoor field, Roji. Amidst the stepping stones, there is a particular stone, known as sekimori, indicating that one should proceed no further. Light filters through the gaps in the foliage, intentionally irregularly pruned, and gives the path its unique charm. Beyond this point is the middle gate, Chumon, leading to an ethereal world called Uchiroi, indoor and outdoor. Finally, the tea room comes into view. Before entering the tea room, guests cleanse their hands in the Tsukubei basin and purify themselves. The small entrance is approached through a sliding door called Niiriguchi. Regardless of one's social status, all guests must bow upon entering the tea room, embodying the spirit of equality promoted by Sen no Riku. As guests walk through the path, they brush away the dust of their hearts, entering the world of Chanoyu. The alleys of Urasenke, including the seats, were created at the end of the Edo period as a long-established alley store.
その路地にその花が咲いてあったら、それは綺麗に決まって、おりますしね。せっかくその茶席に入った時に生けてある花を見ても感動がないわけですよね。ですから春夏秋冬いつ行っても同じ景色、それがもう基本になります。
The tradition of Urasenke and its associated pathways has been maintained for centuries. Young gardener continue their training to uphold this tradition. One such gardener is Kosuke Ogawa. Born as the eldest son of the fifth generation Ogawa Masauki, he initially had no desire to become a gardener. It was during his high school years when he started helping his father that he began to appreciate the appeal of the profession. After high school, he spent 5 years training in Nagano Prefecture before commencing his training under his father.
私の下でね、仕事をするんやったら、それはもう親子やないということをはっきり言いました。まあお前とはもう親子の縁を切るぞと。もう師と弟子の中に。
やっぱ寂しいなっていうのも正直ありました。親方と仕事をしたいなっていうのもありましたし、やっぱこの仕事が好きなんで、まあそういうふうに言ってくれて本当に良かったなって今は思います。
And he is truly grateful for it now. The landscaping style for Urasenke Gardens is divided into 3 major categories. The large pond, with a lush, natural landscape. The dry landscape, resembling a dried-up riverbed. And the tea garden's paths, Roji. Such as the ones found in the Uekuma, a long-established open-air restaurant. The request for crafting the paths, in this small garden, comes from a homeowner in Nara Prefecture. The homeowner, Mr. Sozo Kawabe, who has extensive knowledge of the tea ceremony through his involvement in various films, chose Uekuma for this project.
上熊さんはもう裏千家でも有名なお方で、こういう庭を作っていただけるなんてことは思ってもおりませんでした。
Nowadays, the courtyard land can be set up in a space of only 5 tsubo. Narrow site, surrounded on all sides with a sense of life.
できんことはないんですよ。路地っていうのはもうどんなスペースであってもその路地っていうのはできるんですけども、はっきり言って小さい狭い庭の方が難しいんです。
Taking on this task, gardener Kyosuke Ogawa, along with his master and 2 other gardeners, aims to complete the project within 2 weeks. The team starts by lifting the stones that were originally in the garden, using a tripod and hook.
これ出てみようか。ペターンとしてこう寝かせるよりはこうあそこは角っこやから立った方が面白いかなと思ってね。
Bring out the best expression of stone.
もうちょっと倒した方がかっこいいと思うよな。
もうちょい寝かします。
いやいや、今決まってるよ。
By standing the stone, it takes on a stronger presence.
コロッと転がってた石が立てることによってまた命が吹き込まれるというか、なんかそこがこう面白いところやなっていうふうにやっぱ思いますし、
We carefully determine the height and position of the other stones.
せーの。これで理想通りになったんじゃん。ちょうど真ん中にいたろ。
よしよし。
上げたり下げたりするのもね、ほんの1センチ2センチでまた変わってくるしね。今はあれ3センチちょっとずらした。
Next, we have an important stone called tsukubai for purifying oneself. It got its name from the act of bending down to wash your hands.
そっちを上げなあかんか。そっち上げなあかんな。
Pay attention to the angle.
これでいこ
Now, refill it with water.
う。もうちょいもうちょいもうちょいもうちょいもうちょい。
Let the water overflow.
いや、どこ来てんちゃうか。なあ、いや、オッケー。ここに水が落ちるような勾配にするっていうのが大切なんです。いいよ。
Close to tsukubai, we lay down the stone lantern. At night, the light from the fire pot illuminates tsukubai's water. Another essential element for the night is iron-planted stones, positioned to make sure the candle flame burns straight. In contrast, there's a bucket stone. By the way, the Urasenke family has the left and right stones reversed. After this, hidden within the stepping stones, is a secret. That's sacred to the world of Chanoyu, the tea ceremony. Following the stepping stones, you brush away the dust from your heart as you make your way to the tea room. In this case, They are setting the stepping stones on a very small fortsubo, a unit of area, property. All the stones, used are natural, chosen for their ease of walking. And placed, one by one. You strike, and you walk, and you strike. Then, the master noticed something. The flat surface was sticking out on the left side. So, at the current position, the movement feels unnatural. They immediately make adjustments.
着物着て降りるんで、なるべくこうスッと足が運べる方が、はい。
左足なら左足、右足なら右足というふうに、こういうふうに交互に歩けるように。飛び石の上を踏んでいったら間違いなくその目的地に着くというね。
Creating a meandering pathway with stepping stones enhances the beauty and makes a narrow space appear larger. It's about making the stepping stones look beautiful, even if they are straight.
こういう相場っていうのがあるんですよね。
Aibata is referring to the alignment of the stones. When the stones are aligned parallel to each other, it looks better.
あんまり良くない例はこれですね。R の部分と R の部分が一緒ですよね。あんまり綺麗に見えない。拮抗合わへんのですね。
However, being too focused on the alignment can make it difficult to walk.
やっぱり歩くのが一番やからね、実用性。これは利休の教えみたいなもんで。
Riku advocated 4 parts ease of walking to 6 parts visual appeal. Ease of walking refers to the practicality of walking, prioritized over aesthetics. On the other hand, Furuta Oribe, a disciple of Riku, emphasized aesthetics.
その見た目が良ければね、歩きやすい。歩きやすいっていうのは見た目もいいの。二人は全く反対のことを言っとるようやけども、真意は一緒やね。それが面白い。
After finishing, laying the stepping stones, they apply tataki, a traditional Japanese method to harden the ground.
深草土いう土で京都でしか取れない土なんですけど。
It is mixed with lime and plastered with fukakusa soil from Kyoto and pounded. The term tataki comes from the act of combining these 3 elements. In an era without cement, this method was used to solidify the ground, particularly in doma, a traditional Japanese earthen floor. However, this traditional technique is hardly seen nowadays. Once the tataki process is completed, they embed small stones within the surface. And then wash away the surface's lime residue to finish the tataki. Just like stone walls, the earth breathes, making it excellent for humidity control. After this stage, they implement unique ideas specific to the narrow pathway. In the tea ceremony's garden, there's the Roji, the narrow pathway. Many stones are used within the Roji, creating a serene atmosphere. This time, Kuosuke is attempting something new. for building a stone-made chisen-teien. Typically, chisen-teien are made of wood. Additionally, he dismantled the original stone arrangement to reuse those stones. Each stone has flat and three-dimensional surfaces, and the impression changes completely depending on which surface is displayed.
こうやってタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタンと積み上げていくのがノズル積み。崩れ積みっていうのはこういう立体を出すんですよね。こういう。
This time, he's combining two different stacking techniques. Using flat stones at some points to make it comfortable to sit.
腰掛けやからな、難しいよ。これが安定製品からですね。
You have to stack them tightly so that they securely interlock due to the weight of the stones.
あかんな。難しい。きついな。
After 2 days of work, the stone stacking is complete. They also hammer the surface for sitting. And as a first attempt, the stone chisen-teien is finished.
でも見た感じがね、全くこの木と石では違うし、面白いんじゃないでしょうかね。
よかったと思います。はい。
It was a rainy day during this work. They're using tatami stones instead of Taisho era stones.
ちょっと今回は川石でいきたいと思います。
In the Roji, mainly mountain stones and river stones are used. When river stones get wet, they become more vibrant in color.
ロジを使うときは庭を濡らすんで、その時にこう光沢と深みが出てくるわけです。こう。
Create a natural feel by arranging large and small stones irregularly. Imagining a mountain path. It is said that the atmosphere of the alley will change by incorporating tatami stones.
畳石でこうちょっとこう入れることによってね、柔らかいその庭全体がこう柔らかい感じになってくるね。
At the entrance, they began digging dust holes in the changing area. These holes are called kiriana, which are not meant for trash, but for placing green leaves. Blue bamboo scatter brooms to clean oneself and welcome guests. They use a tataki to tamp down the area around the hole.
面白い石がたまたまあるし、これにちょっとこれを覗き石にしようっていうね。
There's a unique stone that they want to use as a nozoki-isi, peeking stone. Nozoki-isi is a stone set at the edge of a hole to give a sense that you're peeking out. It's an ingenious touch specific to the narrow Roji. After shaping and finishing meticulously, the kiriana is complete, making the most of the limited space. Next, they turn to bamboo, which is indispensable in the Roji. They create bamboo frames. Moving from stone to bamboo in the work process, they interlace thinly split bamboo into the bamboo frame.
これはしおり戸です。
Branch folding is a door attached to the inner gate. They tie the intersecting points with dyed cords.
面白いですけどね、やっぱやってて楽しいですね、この仕事。本当に。
Branch folding with uniform weaving looks beautiful and is now complete. Then, they installed it on the inner gate, called a chumon. This division separates the outer roi from the inner roi on the tea room side. Along the columns, they create bamboo fences. Kyoto is known for high-quality bamboo. Temples competed with each other to create bamboo fences that harmonize with their gardens, resulting in various types of bamboo fences. This time, they are using a 4-eye fence with bamboo intersections.
節と節が合うと、節合わせっていう、そういう意味もありますんで、幸せになってもらいたいという意味も込めて合わせないようにしてます。
It's said that a gardener's skills can be seen in the bamboo fence. But it's not suitable for the narrow roi, so it's obscured. On this day, they visit an established tree nursery.
今日は樹木を選びに来ました。
A challenging task, as there are very few options for this narrow roi. They need to choose trees that suit the atmosphere.
難しい。庭っていうのはやっぱ植えれるところに植えるんではなくて、いかにこの余白を作るか。ありすぎてもあかんし、なさすぎてもあかんし。その余白が難しいんですよね。それを空の余白があったり、下の余白であったり、こういう感じで。
Planting can change the impression of the roi, so they can't make any mistakes.
難しいな。これやな。これでいきます。せーので、はい。
The trees that Kosuke selected are delivered. It weighs over 50 kilograms. Planting creates a mountain landscape and also serves the purpose of concealing what we don't want to show. The plant used here is black bamboo. Its dark-colored culms blend seamlessly with the surroundings, creating a sense of unity.
石はもうそれ以上成長はしないけども、木の場合はどんどん成長していくわけですね。ですからその庭の中で静っていうのと動っていうのがあって、でそれがうまく絡まったのがこの路地の庭みたいなもんですな。
Green has entered the roi.
この先、10年、20年と未来を見ながら一本一本植えていって、植えた瞬間が一番いいわけではなくて、これから始まりなんで、もっともっと木が良くなっていってもらいたいなっていうふうに思います。
So we hope the trees continue to thrive and improve. Afterward, the garden at Gotsubo transforms. In a small Gotsubo plot, a narrow pathway is created.
苔を張ることで、周りにある飛び石や、つくばい、また植栽なんかが、とても引き立って、見えてきます。
Moss is meticulously applied, further highlighting the rustic elegance. Then, they generously sprinkle water to make it adhere. They begin to pat it down, ensuring the moss binds well with the ground.
下の地面と活着するように苔が、それで叩いています。離れてしまうと苔が乾燥してしまって死んでしまうわけです。
And thus, the pathway is complete. In a tiny Gotsubo space, the ambience of a mountain landscape unfolds. The wind of the mountains gently brushes your cheeks, creating such an illusion. A once overgrown garden has been transformed into a sacred Roji. The traditional Kyoto gardener's wisdom and expertise have converged. On the day of the reveal, those who were involved in creating the narrow pathway and the tea room were invited.
ロジのね、すがすがしさ、ロジって清めの場所って言われますけども、本当にちょっと清らかな気持ちになりますし、本当に素晴らしいなと思います。
As a first attempt, they've used karakami, lightweight pumice, for this Hirayana waste hole. The apprentice, Kawabe-san, arrives with a bucket. This is when the tea room's preparations are remarkably simple. The tatami stones are sprinkled with water, and there are stepping stones too. Cleansing is performed with the tsukubai, a water basin for purifying. A significant task has been accomplished. In the tea room, they enjoy conversation over a cup of tea.
人をこうして自宅に招いてこういうことができること、本当に思っておりませんでした。
改めてやっぱりその自分の仕事っていうのがね、大事なことやなっていうことをね、思うわけで。
What does Kawabe-san, the apprentice, think of the narrow pathway this time?
今までお世話になった方々を自分のこの家のこの庭を使って美味しいお茶を飲んでもらえたらなと思っています。
もうこのような素晴らしいお庭とお茶室は夢なもんで、こんな夢が実現すると思ってなかったんですけども、もうこのような形で実現してものすごく嬉しいです。もう宝物になりました。
やっぱりその責任を持っていうその大切さ、それが相手に伝わったことも本当に嬉しいことだと思うんですけどね。
この仕事をやってきてよかったなって思える瞬間ですね。はい。いいものを作るっていうのはもちろんなんですけども、おせっさんに愛される庭をこれからも作っていきたいなと思います。
The apprentice who was determined to learn from the great master, even forsaking family ties, keeps working diligently to catch up to the master. They put in relentless effort just to follow in the footsteps of the remarkable master. They open the door to tomorrow and move closer to their dreams.